Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Byrnez here. Got a new build for you guys today for 1.0.6, probably 1.0.7 as well, unless they actually change all the damage in that in PvE and that. Not sure. Anyway, this is for the wizard. It's something that I designed the other night by myself. And it was really fun to play at first. I've changed it up again, and I've gone to the Archon wizard with teleport, just because when farming in this game you want to keep it interesting and you want to always change sort of thing, because you get a bit bored. I'm going to show you the build, go into the game and show you the build, how it works, tell you some things that'll change, what you need sort of thing. So we'll go to town now. Alright, now this is the build. What do you need? The thing is, I tried to make this build for as much movement speed as possible compared to the Archon form. Because Archon form, you always go on the 1 speed sort of thing. Normally if you're using damaged Archon, you can't use your teleport at all. And it slows down a bit, and sometimes, when I use this build, it was a lot more fun. It's a lot better than sometimes you get bored of just clicking the beam, and then if someone gets close, you whack them sort of thing, or you press 1 on your keyboard to do one of the AOE exploding short damage burst radius things. So it's a lot different to the Archon build. It's a bit of a, I guess you can call it the critical mass type of build, because most wizards benefit best off that, but it's not your Wicked Wind and all that kind of shit. It's more about constantly moving. Teleport with Wormhole is a huge bonus. You pretty much have to have it. And kiting mobs especially. The reason I chose this, or the reason I made this as well, is because with Storm Armor, it's not prismatic armor, so you don't have the extra armor, which means you'll die more often if you don't have, the greatest, armor and resistance on all your gear, all that kind of stuff. The gear's not too bad, but it's not, anything too amazing sort of thing. I think I'm on like 521 all resist at the moment, but that's because I've got Ice Climbers on. So normally I'd have Zuni's boots on, and that would be minus 72 and a bit more, so it'd be a lot less sort of thing. Now with the build, there's a couple of things that you really need to do, and kiting is one of them. As I said, you want to kite them try and get them into a single line. Get as many mobs as you can in a single line, and then you're going to blast them with Celestial Orb. It'll go through all of them, and it's really good. And then up close, when you need to obviously refill your arcane power, use deep cuts on Spectral Blade. I think that's pretty much standard on a lot of melee type of close quarters kind of thing for the wizard. Deep cuts bleed for additional damage. It does a lot, and procs with the crits and that really, really often. So it's standard in the point that obviously you always want to have a high crit chance and a high crit damage, but crit chance is more important than crit damage. So if you can't get crit damage, don't worry too much. Try to have a socket on your weapon though, and try and get you can get 80, 90 to 100 crit damage percent increase pretty easy, or 80 really, if you're on a lower budget. So that's what you want. The deep cuts, Arcane Orb with Celestial Orb, so it goes straight through them, it doesn't explode on impact. The first one is Diamond Skin, and I use Crystal Shell because obviously absorbing a lot more damage is better. This is for the reflect damage packs. Now in Archon it can be frustrating because you can shoot and within literally a matter of seconds you'll just die, and it's completely frustrating. So this was mainly to combat reflex damage, because I get sick of it after a while. So yeah, you still got to be careful for it, and if you get stuck in jailers and you can't use your teleport, then Diamond Skin's good as well, or if you get frozen and you couldn't use your teleport. If you get jailed or frozen, that's why teleport's there with Wormhole. You can teleport around, and then obviously you've sort of kited them, and then you can shoot your orbs again, and then usually once you use the 3 orbs, which usually gets rid of most of your arcane power, that should do a significant amount of damage to at least all the minions of packs, champion packs. Keeping in mind I'm on, what is it, buffed, I go to 191k damage, so yeah. Next thing is must for the build, it's Storm Armor with the Rune Scramble. Increases your movement speed whenever hit by melee or ranged attacks. That's a must for running faster sort of thing. It's more for when you don't have your teleport on, when that's cooling down. It's not obviously you're going to get hit in battle, but it's for those the stray sort of what would you call it? Stray enemies, like there's a skeleton or something, I don't know, like that. Or you run through fire in your Alkaza farming route, and you run through the fire, and then that'll hit you. But it's going to give you the movement speed bonus, which is helpful, obviously, if you want to bring it down to efficiency sort of thing, because that's what you really want to do when you're farming. Last one is up to you. You can have Frost Nova, you can have Spark Flint with the Familiar, you can have whatever you want as 4. I try to keep that open. However, for me personally, again, in trying to combat the reflex damage affix, it's Blood Magic on the magic weapon skill. Gain life when damaging an enemy. I think you get 1.5% life steal, correct me if I'm wrong. That helps a lot, and whilst you pop Diamond Skin and then you use that, you can sort of get your health back up from half to full, or however low it may be. Critical Mass, pretty standard. Glass Cannon, again, pretty standard on all wizards. These two are always normally the same. The last one's up to you. I like the extra life regen. It helps, and increasing the duration of the armor spells by 2 minutes is really helpful. That's why I've got Galvanizing Ward on. If you want the build to work a bit better, you can reduce all cooldowns by 15%, I guess, if you wanted to teleport a little bit quicker. Blur, decrease the melee damage by 20%, if you need that to help you stay alive a bit longer. Or Astral Presence, increase your maximum arcane power by 20, and your arcane power regen by 2 per second. That'll help with the orbs regenning a bit, but it won't help as much as you would think, to be honest. And then, yeah, I guess you can have Temporal Flux if you want to slow down the packs, but usually I'm trying to kill them as quick as I can on MP1, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're my stats if you need to pause and look. It's pretty decent gear, but I reckon if you're doing 140k DPS and above, it's still not that bad. Obviously, Archon is the main build for wizards, but I'm just trying to, say that it's a bit of a variety and it's a bit something different. So yeah, I'm gonna talk for long enough now. I'll show you some gameplay. Keeping in mind, this is, I think, my second, completely ran past him, second game on, so I'm not going to be perfect, and I haven't used this for a few days, but I'll still show you how it works. And obviously 24% movement speed, it's a must, all the standard things that you would normally see. Yeah, right. So see, we're trying to get them in a line at the moment and avoid all their shit. There we go.
Need more arcane power.
So that was pretty easy for our first pack. Obviously with Archon, again, it's a much stronger build sort of thing, but this is for variety. If you're getting bored of it, then give this a shot. See, that'll drop them really easily. There we go, a bit of a speed boost. Probably wasn't worth it, but these packs are complete arseholes for wizards. Phase Beasts with reflex damage, teleporter, all that kind of shit is so frustrating, but there we go, that gets rid of 3 with one of those celestial orbs, so it does help a lot compared to if you were just stuck there. I mean, you could always use critical mass, but as in with Wicked Wind, it's stun locking that, but I just don't think it's worth it personally. I want to keep running sort of thing, I want to keep on the move, and it's a lot more fun to play this way because it's probably going to sound a bit funny, but because my... There we go. That shows off really well how well the orbs work. Because my health is dropping more often, it's a bit more exciting because I don't have that armor and the all resist boost and that you would of a of the Archon build. So that's personally why I chose it, or why I designed it, sort of thing. It's just for a bit of fun. And at first, I was getting... I think it was... Instead of doing my runs in... I think that the night that I was doing the runs, it was taking me about 25 minutes in Archon, and then without, I was doing these in 20 and some in even 25. Sorry, some in even 15. So it was like quite a big increase when you think about it, that how quick I was doing the runs. I was also dying more often, but you can run back there quicker anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. This will show the build off pretty well.
Still waiting. I'm so good, I astound myself.
Get out of trouble. There we go. So now we've got a heap here. Try and line them up. And then another thing is the actual orbs themselves. When you shoot, they shoot once and they do the damage when they go through whatever monster, sort of thing. In the keeps, level 2 especially, when they bounce off a wall, the Arcane Orb, it actually explodes again. Now, or at least I know it's when you got the Celestial Orb thing. So it damages them once when they go through, but when it hits a wall like that, oh, that's a bad idea, bad example. But when it hits the wall, it explodes and it'll do for additional damage. So basically, you can get at least 1.5 times the orb for just the cost of one orb. So that's a little tip that I can sort of give you guys when using the build. I think that's enough gameplay. I don't need to show too much. I'll just go... This is easily my favourite in the Bridge of Corsac. Health will drop quite a bit at times. It's just more fun to me, and this is personally a lot more fun way to play the game, sort of thing. There we go. Let's get it all back out.
I don't have enough arcane power. Need more time.
Ah, bloody walls. Alright, we'll try and get this pack out of the way. There we go. Gotta love those orbs. Alright, I think that's enough for now. We don't need to show too much gameplay. I went on for long enough. That's the video. As far as the critical mass sort of thing, I didn't really explain it earlier. Oh, hold on. Where's... Oh, there we go. That actually works pretty well. Okay, so I had 10 arcane power on crit then, and the build was working pretty fine. You know, I wasn't spamming out the arcane orbs, but it's well enough that I can survive and can take down the packs quick enough. If you want to get more arcane power on crit, you can. So when I use 19, can spam a lot more, sort of thing. It's honestly, it's up to you. If you wanted to use a source with 10, and then you wanted to use your Echoing Fury, which I did for... Where is it? For quite some time. So if you wanted that sort of DPS boost sort of thing, honestly, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion, as long as you got one with at least 10 arcane power on crit. Obviously, if you want to, you can spam a lot more. It's a lot better if you got that 20 up APOC, but it's honestly up to you. That's why I like it. You don't... Like, it isn't a must that you have to have that much arcane power regenning all the time, but it's good either way. It's kind of a build for people that want to use more of a critical mass build, or those who want to use it as a kiting build and then running with Spectral Blade. So either way, it's good. Try something different. Tell me if it is quicker for you guys, if it's more efficient or not. And yeah, I think I've talked for long enough now, so have a good day, guys. If you liked the video, if you want, subscribe, comment, whatever. And yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's as good as the Archon build with teleport, but it's something different and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if someone's come up with the build before, sorry, I guess. I tried to look, and all I ever hear about is critical mass with Wicked Wind, Sunlocking, and the Archon build. So yeah, something different for you guys to try out if you're a wizard. As far as calling the build, you can call it the Byrnzy build if you want. Don't really care. Yeah, on that, I'll see you guys later, and have a good day, guys.